Okay, I'm back here. Hey, morning, Ramen. Woo! I looked up the clock and it was like, oh crap! I thought it said a quarter. I thought it said a quarter till 8 when it actually said a quarter till 9. And I thought I had plenty of time, so I was taking care of some other business. And then I looked at the clock again and it said 5 after, and I was like, oh man, I hadn't even started nothing as far as the finishing touches on getting the stream going. Okay, what a day. It has started already. Uh, Come on, open up, Bing. Thank you. Let's see. Rhode Island doctor denied entry. Okay, here we go. Let's see if Newsweek will let me keep the this article up or if they'll ban me out again. Hey, morning, Paul. Medical doctor deported. Mm, More like denied entry. Okay. From U.S. despite a valid visa. All right. Dr. Rasha Alloway, a physician at Brown Medicine in Rhode Island, was detained at Logan Airport last week upon returning from a trip to Lebanon. Despite a court order blocking her removal and possession of a valid H 1B visa, she was forced to leave the country. Her lawyer, Thomas Brown, told Newsweek Sunday afternoon. All right, so let's scroll past the nonsense here. All right, okay. Allegations have emerged in recent weeks that the Trump administration has disregarded court orders on deportation and begun arrests with the lack of transparency. The sudden escalation of detentions and deportations has intensified debates over civil liberties and legal due process. It's amazing how all these people raising hell now were awful damn silent when, under the Biden administration, millions of illegals crossed the border willy nilly. They had no problem with the Biden administration ignoring the laws and allowing illegals just to cross the border however they wanted. You know, millions of people. And they, oh well, we can't shut down the border. It takes an act of Congress to do this. Trump comes in, and inside of 2 weeks, border crossings drop to now it's whereas thousands a day. It's so anyway. Let's get back to this thing here. Um, On Friday, the federal court ordered the halt to the deportation of Alawaya, who was being held at the airport. Despite the order, she was placed on a flight from Boston to Paris en route back to Lebanon. All right. Now, this is their accusation. They detained Alawaya without any justification and without permitting them access to their consul. On Sunday, the announced that it gets back to Alawaya here. All right. I don't care about all this other good crap she had. Yes, she did have a valid H-1B temporary worker visa when she arrived. You notice how far down I'm having to scroll on this article to see why she was denied entry. I mean, they're doing everything they can to bash Trump and the administration. But I mean, we're down here over halfway through the article, and they haven't said why she was not allowed in the state or to enter the country. All right. We get all these other people here. And they never tell you why she was denied entry in this Newsweek article. They never tell you why. The reason why, okay, let's see if I can find another article that actually has why she was deported. That's the Newsweek. That's the Newsweek article again. Oh, come on, New York Times. Damn, I hate you. Here we go. Oh, we'll have to listen to it here. All right.
Learn new information about why a Brown University professor was denied entry to the U.S., even though she had a valid visa. As WBZ's Louisa Moeller shows us, because of photos on her phone and her answers to certain questions, customs officials consider her a possible threat.
Court documents say Rasha Alaway had just gotten off a plane at Boston Logan last Thursday, on her way to be an assistant professor and doctor at Brown University on an H-1B or work visa, when she was detained and sent back to her home country of Lebanon. Now, new court filings are providing evidence as to why. After arriving in Boston, officials searched her phone, and Dr. Alaway was interviewed by a Customs and Border Protection official. She was asked why she had photos of Hezbollah fighters and martyrs, including photos of the designated terror group's assassinated leader, Hassan Nasrallah, on her phone.
All right. So she's got photographs of terrorist groups doing their thing on her cell phone. Once again, watch Danger TV or Danger videos on where they do the customs mostly from Australia. All right. You will see Australia will deny entry. You're not being deported because you've not been allowed into the country yet. You've been denied entry into the country because of stuff like this.
She answered many came from family and friends through a WhatsApp group. And about Nasrallah, quote, he's highly regarded in the Shia community, and he's a religious and spiritual person. As I said, he has a very high value. She also told the official she attended a Hezbollah rally. Quote, I attended the commemoration of the death of Nasrallah during this trip while I was waiting for my visa.
She thought so much of this dead terrorist that she went to his funeral, and then went to his celebration of his life. A dead terrorist. What does that tell you about this woman? Should she be, would any right-thinking country allow her in? A woman who celebrates the life of a terrorist? A woman who says a dead terrorist is a huge religious figure?
The customs official refused her admission and canceled her visa. She was detained and put back on a plane to Lebanon on Friday.
I think that they're within their rights to say, well, we haven't been properly served.
Lawyers for Alloway said Customs and Border Protection ignored an order by a federal judge, allowing the doctor to stay in the U.S. for 48 hours while her case was reviewed.
There is no case to be reviewed. Judges do not control this. Judges have no say here. Read the law. The judge has no say. Visas can be canceled. The judge has no say in the cancellation of a visa. Read the damn law. It is not up for judicial review. I don't know why these people keep ignoring that fact.
CBP argues their attorneys didn't get the order until after Alloway was in the air. And as for her interview, immigration attorney Stephen Roth says Customs and Border Protection can search anyone's phone for national security reasons inside an airport and reserves the right to refuse admission to immigrants even if their visa has been approved by the State Department.
But CBP has statutory, regulatory, and legal precedent on their side that allows them to search anyone's phone coming into the United States.
A spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security said a visa is a privilege and not a right, and, quote, glorifying and supporting terrorists who kill Americans is grounds for visa issuance to be denied. Dr. Alloway's case in federal court has been continued to later in the month. At Logan Airport, Louisa Moeller, WBZ News.
Once again, the law states specifically that there is no judicial review. Yeah, Paul, you're right. It is going to be a long day. There is no judicial review of a visa once it's been granted. The Secretary of State or anybody appointed by the Secretary of State has the authority to revoke a visa. It's that simple. The law's pretty damn clear. So I don't care what kind of doctor you are, if you're praising a terrorist, you're sitting there praising a terrorist, you're celebrating his life, you attend his funeral, not to spit on his grave or to piss on it. Then you don't need to come into the country. So it's amazing how the Newsweek article, nowhere in the Newsweek article did it say why She was denied. All they did is use it as an example as to why they were why Trump administration is mean. But they don't state the law, and they don't say why. They don't give the reasons. So these people, they absolutely confuse me. Okay. Jack posted this. I had to see it. And because I had to see it, you guys have to see it. Okay?
You'll have to wait. Oh yeah, because otherwise, like, you'll have to wait.
What kind of job can a person who looks like that have? How do they support themselves? I mean, just how do you support yourself when you look like that? It just, I get stunned when I see what people look like and wonder how in the hell they support themselves. Because it's, I mean, short of a tattoo or piercing place, I can't think of anybody that would hire you. I wouldn't even want a person like that touching my groceries as a bag boy or girl. It's like, no, I'll bag them myself. Thank you very much. And that could be like the old days where we went to the commissary and bought 2 weeks worth of groceries at one time. So, wild, man. So, like I said, Jack made me see that. I'm gonna make you guys see it. So, since I showed a little bit about immigration, let me show this piece of video here. You guys, just as an example of what not just us, but other countries. Watch the staggering moment beachgoers push a migrant boat off a Greek tourist beach. These are people attempting to get my tongue off my eye teeth. This boat is full of people trying to illegally enter Greece. And the people on the beach are saying not only no, but hell no. It ain't happening today. Hey, Spanky, did you have a nice nap? So, and just push that boat back off the shore. Now, whether or not it did any good is another story, but they were not going to allow these people to, this group wasn't going to allow illegals to come into their country. Not while they're watching. And let's see. Got a couple of open tabs here. I'm trying to go through them real quick and close the ones. Oh, damn it. I'll getting asked to re-verify that I'm not a bot. Uh, Oh, that's the okay. I'm sorry. Now, going back to yesterday, we were showing some of the videos of Kash Patel testifying before the Senate Judiciary Committee. And I got a couple of them. I got a couple more videos here that I didn't get a chance to show yesterday, but I want to look at because it's funny watching how the different when it's a Republican president, how the Republicans question their the people, and when it's a Democrat president, how the Democrats question them. It's funny to watch sometimes. And Mazie Hirono, remember when she questions, it's usually I got two questions to ask you. Have you ever been involved in anything dealing with sex? And are you a man or a woman? Some nonsense like that. And then she's quiet. But somebody wound her up today. Or
Thank you,
on
Mr.
this
Chairman.
one.
Director Patel, just like the rest of the federal government, there have been significant personnel changes at the FBI since President Trump took office. I want to better understand the scope of the turnover and the changes occurring at the FBI. Since January 2025, how many FBI employees have retired, resigned, been fired, or otherwise separated from employment? I need a number.
We'll get you a number.
What is the number? You don't have it?
Not off the top of my head, and I want to get you the right number.
Would it surprise you to know that it's probably in the thousands, like 5,000?
I don't think that number's
Well,
accurate.
you don't know. Next question. How many special agents or analysts have left or been fired from the FBI since January 20th, 2025?
Say, we will get you the numbers, and anyone that retires is of their own volition, and anyone that is terminated at the FBI, as I've said before, is done so because they have failed to meet the standards and uphold their loyalty and oath to the
Yeah,
Constitution.
so you say. Next question. How many executive assistant directors?
I love that, or so you say, uh, now, do I honestly believe that absolutely none of the people who have left uh, haven't been fired because of what they did in the previous administration? No, I don't. You know, they got on the radar system because of what they did, and that's just my personal opinion. Now, some of them, like Peter Strzok, the one that was given a written reprimand for falsifying records going before a court to get a subpoena to wiretap Trump's offices. You know, he was given a slap on the wrist. Yeah, he actually should have went to jail. He should have been tried for perjury, but he got a slap on the wrist and allowed to keep his job. So there are some of them that should have been fired. Some of them should have been charged. Yes. There was some house cleaning that needed to be done. Anybody who lied or misrepresented facts before the courts. Hey, morning, Digi. Anybody who lied or misrepresented anything in front of the courts in order to get warrants to go after Trump or any of the people associated with Trump, yes, they should have been fired. Whichever agent that was that fondled Melania's underwear, he should have been, she, whoever it was, should have been fired. All right. The agent that decided to do the pre-dawn raid of that 80-year-old man's house should have been fired. So there are some people that did some things during the Biden administration. They should have been fired, and some should have been criminally charged for their actions. And they're all given pats on the wrist and told, bad boy, bad boy. Your lease office is saying okay. So they got it to you 2 days late. Is that their fault or yours? That sounds like it's their fault. So okay. So let's go back here to
Assistant directors or special agents in charge have left or been fired from the FBI since January 20th, 2025.
Again, people leaving on their own accord or terminations were done by the standards set at the FBI that have been carried out
With this question, I'm getting
consistently.
to the leadership of the FBI, and you don't have that answer. Next question, which field office, division, or directorate has lost the most personnel since January 2025? And do you have the answer to that question?
Yeah, actually, every single field office in the country, including Hawaii, has received a plus up of FBI agents because we're pushing them out to the field.
Okay, so you're telling me that no field office, division, or directorate has lost any personnel since January 20th, 2025. That's your answer?
In Hawaii, there's been a plus up. In every single state that I'm looking at, we have allocated a plus up for field offices across the country so that the FBI can continuing the historic achievements it's done in these last 7 months. When you're talking about firings, you're looking for a media hit and a fundraising clip, and I'm not going to give it to you.
Do fit
Yeah,
people's guts produce butter? It's not what you think.
The reason butter is called butter,
Butter.
is because
it makes your butt hurt.
It doesn't matter under what basis they left. I just want to know how many have left. And
You know, Maisie, when you're asking for these kind of numbers, I'm going to go for any Congress critter. If you're sitting there saying that, knowing that you're asking for how many people have been fired, these are not the kind of questions you would expect to be asked when you go before a committee. At least I wouldn't think you would. You would think that this would be something that, you telegraph in advance, not hit the man up cold and then act all kinds of butt hurt. Speaking of butt hurt, when he doesn't have the answers for you. When he can't tell you exactly how many people have quit in each office. Paul, that's one thing I don't miss is renting. Now, I rented before I got married. I rented an apartment, and I mean, the owners of the apartment complex were fantastic people. They loved me. I loved them. Their daughter was a pain in the butt to deal with, but they were great. And I pulled a gun on their son one day. He was in my apartment without letting me know he was coming in, and I was in bed asleep. Not a good thing to have happen. But yeah, I don't miss having to pay rent. I pay a mortgage every month, but I don't miss that annual mess about dealing with leases and all that other mess with renting an apartment. Don't miss that one bit.
I think your testimony is nobody has left. Next question.
Nope,
Which
that's
field-
not my testimony. You asked it one time. I answered it one time. You didn't get the answer you wanted for your clips. You keep
question.
asking it, and I told you I'd get you the numbers, but you can keep asking it.
Which field office, division, or directorate has gained the most personnel since January 2025? You noted that there have been plus-ups, so which offices have received these plus-ups?
The greatest allocation that I believe was given to California and then Florida.
Where were those offices?
California and Florida.
Thank you. Director Patel, you often refer to FBI agents as cops. All of us, Democrats and Republicans, support the police officers who keep our
Maisie, don't lie. Don't lie. A whole bunch of you Democrats were out there calling for the police to be defunded. So don't go lying that you all support the police now, because you don't.
community safe. But while our states, cities, counties, and towns all employ police officers to protect our communities, Congress has empowered and equipped the FBI to take on missions that local police cannot, especially taking on terrorists, hackers, and spies. I'd like to assess how well the FBI is able to handle its specialized missions under your leadership. The FBI is the nation's lead federal law enforcement agency for investigating and preventing acts of domestic and international terrorism. And yet the executive assistant directors in charge of the FBI's national security and intelligence branches were both forced out at the beginning of the year. Who replaced them in those positions?
excellent qualified personnel to lead the mission of arresting 23,000 violent criminals this year alone.
the
That's twice
names
as many
the
as
people
before.
who took the places of
I'm not
the-
going to give you any names so you can attack them.
Why not?
So you can attack them. I'm not doing that. The
You're not
people
gonna
sitting
give
in
me the
those seats
names
are
of-
extremely qualified to handle the job.
You're
We would
gonna
not
give
have
me
the
names
results.
of
We would-
personnel who
We would
should
not
be
have the
on your-
reduction
Right,
of
fine,
violence in the
moving
state
on.
of Hawaii if we did not allocate the
Earlier
resources we
this
did.
year, FBI counterterrorist special agents and in
I don't know, Cash. I think you should have given her the names. I'm not too certain about the legality of you holding back on the names. That's I'm a little confused. I don't know about that. Paul, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say, what I want to say here about the brightest of people working in rental offices. I'm liable to make some people mad at me. I may get an ism or ist comment thrown my way.
investigators were reassigned to assist with immigration enforcement. Reportedly, these counterterrorism experts were returned to the jobs they trained for in late January after Iran threatened to retaliate for our strikes on their nuclear facilities. Have those experts remained in the jobs they trained for since that time? Yes or no?
FBI agents' primary responsibility is exactly what they are assigned to do. We always work with our
So since they
interagency part.
returned to their positions,
If you're not
are
going to
they
let
still
me
in
answer,
those
why don't you
positions?
just do your soliloquy in the 4.5 minutes you
I
have
am
left?
not asking for a soliloquy. It's just a yes or no. Are those people who are returned to their jobs still on those jobs? Yes or
They
no?
never left.
Hey guys, this is Senator John Ossoff in Georgia, and a right-wing super PAC just dropped $5 million of
What was that?
They never left their primary job. It is a surge of resources in law enforcement working with the interagency to combat violent crime and reduce
They were
violent
never,
crime in
okay, they were never
historic
reassigned to do immigration.
proportions.
That's your testimony. Okay, Director Patel, the FBI is also the lead federal agency for investigating cyber attacks and
Yes.
cyber intrusions, both by foreign nation states and by hacker groups. Since President Trump's inauguration, the executive assistant director in charge of the criminal and cyber branch and the head of the FBI cyber division have both left the FBI. What are the names of the people who replace them in those positions?
The cyber branch is one of the most impressive at the FBI. 409 arrests this year, 169 convictions. That's a 42% increase from the same time last year.
It's that
So
branch,
any
Mr.
suggestion that
Patel.
the FBI cyber division is not operating at full capacity and better than ever before, the leadership at the branch is implementing these changes necessary to attack the cyber and ransomware infrastructure operators.
You know
from
why?
Russia.
Very important. I want to know who has those positions, since the people who originally were there.
Supremely
Are no longer
qualified
there.
individuals.
Cash isn't going to give up no names. Hey, morning, Raman.
Yeah, good morning. I don't know if 400 arrests are as impressive as it is disturbing. I don't know. It's yeah, it doesn't sound right.
But it
That's
sounds
me,
low
though.
or high.
It sounds stupid high. Like, how could you have 400 arrests in one division of the and this is the FBI they're working for, and they're being arrested at this great amount. I know you couldn't trust those letter companies.
No, these aren't FBI people being arrested. That's arrests made by the FBI.
Okay, so where do they work?
These are arrests made across the country. The FBI have made these arrests across the country.
Are these government employees?
What, that are being arrested?
Yeah.
No. These are bad guys.
I mean, everybody's a bad guy. You just gotta wave a bag of money at them. Oh God, this is horrible. Well, I'm not wrong.
There are a bunch of things you couldn't pay me to do.
Yeah. And I gotta decide: do I love money more, or do I hate people more? Generally, you know. What? I got a lot of hate, yo.
I'll have to admit, there's a few people out there for a quarter. I think I'd go up and punch them.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that just for the thrill of it all, I'd go out there and destroy their freaking entire life. Yeah. Nobody you've met, thank you, because that would be dangerous, actually.
There's nobody that I know personally that I want to destroy their lives. Because I've cut anybody like that out of my life.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
that
don't lose sleep over them, but I don't forget that I would happily watch them die of a fire in a ditch and not even pee on them. Just just keep moving.
But yeah, that's yeah. Like I said, there were some people I knew that for a quarter I'd go up and punch them.
Wow.
But
I
there's
would do
other
it just
people
for the thrill of it. Alright.
that you couldn't pay me to punch. Most people you couldn't pay me to punch.
Okay. Dana, I did not see the link you posted yesterday. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I did watch most of the stream, but I missed your link.
that's all right.
Yeah,
That's all right.
leasing offices aren't great like everywhere now. They act like they're the HOA now. Like when our neighbors were getting their kicks lit and their teacup purse rats loose and scaring my kid and laughing at her as she ran around. And nearly got hit by cars that were speeding through the parking lot. And I told them, I said, you got to put up some signs, keep your dogs on the leash. They said, no, we can't do that because they're all friends. They all speak, the same languages and everything. And I don't. I was like, okay, not a problem. Then I called the Broward County Sheriff's Office and I was like, hey, can I shoot these dogs? That was the first thing out of my, not talk to the owner, not ask for a guy to come down. No, can I just straight up shoot them? I'm like, no. What can I? Well, pepper spray. I'm like, oh yes, I have pepper spray already. Yes, this is awesome. So I call the office. I'm like, hey, Broward County Sheriff's Office has given me permission to pepper spray any dogs running loose toward my children. So you might want to. I know they know who it is. You might want to warn the owners. And next thing you know, they put signs out saying, keep your dogs on the leash because we have exterminator or whatever, pest control coming out and spraying the lawns. Yeah, we also had a rat problem, so they weren't lying there, but it's only when their dogs were going to be made uncomfortable that they started warning people. It pissed me off. Yeah, so leasing offices are assholes worldwide. It's not linked just to you. But hey, as long as you got all your evidence, man,
Yeah. As long as he gets his paperwork, like you said, he's got until the 30th, but he got it all back to him on that day, on the 17th.
Yay.
He was
I'm
good.
bad about paperwork. I'm crazy bad about it. Whatever.
Okay. But I'm old Maisie here. I do not ever remember her being this animated for the past 4 years when questioning anybody.
Okay.
She usually, that wallflower that asks one or two questions, and one of them has, historically is, have you, had sex with anybody that didn't want,
Nap time. Didn't take my Geritol or eat my Wheaties, so it's nap time, y'all. Yeah, I see it. It's fine. I guess something motivated her personally. I don't even know.
I made my own egg hot pocket this morning.
Oh.
For breakfast.
I'm so jealous. I haven't had breakfast yet. But we have these little Debbie pumpkin rolls. Oh, they're good. They're not great, but they're good. Oh, it's a vanilla cake with pumpkin spice flavored filling cream in it. It's good. I was gonna have that with coffee this morning, but I can't get up. I really want eggs, but I don't have anybody to make me eggs. I used to get up every morning and make this boy a soft taco with eggs and bacon and boiled fried potatoes and all kind of good stuff. And I'd be talking to you while I did it. After the stroke, I can't stand up straight for more than 5 minutes. I start swaying and things go gray. And yeah, no, I miss
After
that
the
time.
what?
I'm sorry?
After the
Everything
what?
after the stroke last year. I can't stand for 5 minutes in one spot. I had a stroke last year, yo. It was around Thanksgiving too. That made me so sad. My son is like a puppy. He's food motivated. So we didn't do things. I told you I had a stroke, dude. Please tell me you understood that I'm not getting all slurry speeched again.
Yeah, I understood that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't stand, like, I can walk around fine, but I can't stand in front of a stove and stand over a pot for 5 minutes. Everything starts going gray and I start to slide downward like it happened at the DMV. So yeah, I know I can't do that. It makes me sad because I miss my eggs. I am also food motivated like my child. So yeah. You probably don't even remember I used to make breakfast while talking to you. Like, yeah, we're doing this. And I miss that. I miss cooking. When you're in here having hot pockets and shit, all fancy.
No, I said I made my own hot pocket.
Yeah, that's fancy. Damn.
So, all right.
Have those
Who
positions.
are they?
Supremely qualified individuals.
Who are they? What are the names?
You're not
You
getting
don't
them.
know.
You're not
Special agents to investigate cybercrime were also reassigned for immigration enforcement. Have those expert investigators returned to their duties? Yes or no?
All agents remained on their primary duties while surging to allocate resources for interagency operations to the Homeland Security task forces across this country.
So are you?
Am I what?
See, I'm not getting the yes or no answers. I get all this explanation. So there you go.
No, you get the work that
Are
the men
you
and women of the
planning
FBI are doing. You
Any
don't want that.
additional personnel cuts to the cyber division in the future?
The only people that will be terminated at the FBI will be those that violate their oath of office, fail to meet the high standards at the FBI.
Director Patel, the FBI is meant to be the tip of the spear in combating terrorism against the United States from both foreign and domestic sources. It's also our lead agency in fighting the hackers who target our businesses and critical infrastructure. But instead of a specialized role fighting these kinds of terrorists, hackers, and spies, you have the FBI playing the role of local police and helping with immigration enforcement. I'm going to move on to my, you've been asked some questions about changes to your hiring standard, and including college degrees and possibly the age. But, one question I had is,
who would have imagined that when mixed, cinnamon and salt could help control blood sugar levels? Honestly,
that you are now requiring applicants to be able to do a certain kind of pull-ups, which a lot of women cannot because of physiological differences. Are you?
According to her, women cannot do pull-ups because of physiological differences. Yet, she'd be one of these people who are going to sit there and tell you that women can do anything men can do and need to be in every job that, no jobs banned to women. Yeah, I think I took a look at yesterday their data, but I'll have to look at it again. Requiring a woman to do a pull-up. And that's wrong. These people are supposed to be physically fit.
You're requiring these kinds of pull-ups.
We are requiring a physical program at BFTC at Quantico because FBI agents carrying guns in the field have to chase down bad guys and do really hard work. The physical fitness standards of those agents
So are
being
you requiring
appropriately
these
assessed.
kinds of pull-ups?
We are requiring everybody to
Oh.
pass the 1811 standards at BFTC. If you want to chase down a bad guy
Excuse me.
and put
the
him in
reason I
handcuffs, you
asked-
better be able to do a pull-up.
The reason I ask is that there are concerns about whether or not being able to do these kinds of harsh pull-ups is really required of FBI agents.
Doing one.
Maybe that's why they assigned 5'4" women to protect Trump. Remember that at Butler? None of the women there were tall enough to be able to shield Trump. They all had to raise their hands and make him bend over so that they could get taller than he was. Then the one fumbled around with her gun for 20 minutes trying to figure out where it went. And she's complaining about making women do pull-ups as part of the physical fitness test. What? Even the Army makes their women do pull-ups. I know the Marines do. I don't know about the Navy or the Air Force. The Air Force did when I was in. But she's mad because the FBI is making women do pull-ups. And I'd still want to know what kind of physiological difference is there that says a woman can't do them.
One pull-up
Mr.
is not
Patel,
harsh,
I
and there are
am
always
gravely
medical
concerned.
exemptions to that.
I am gravely concerned by the state of the FBI under your control. And in fact, you are willing to take a cut on your agency of almost $500 million. So the FBI is losing dedicated employees, decades of expertise and specialization, leading to loss to early retirements, firings, and reassignments to immigration enforcement or conducting local police work. Thousands have already left. For as long as you remain as the head of the FBI, I fear the number of departures and summary firings will continue to grow. Mr. Patel, before the vote on your nomination of this committee, I noted that your most significant qualification, this is not just something that I noted, but others, your most significant qualification was your 100% loyalty to President Trump. And I fear that that continues to be the motivating factor in your position as FBI director.
You wanted to say now.
That is an entire falsehood. You can delete my 16 years of government service to multiple administrations all you want. The fact is that I was a public defender. I was a national security prosecutor. I was a House intelligence staffer. I was a deputy director of intelligence. I was a chief of staff to the Department of Defense and the Secretary of Defense. I led the counterterrorism missions for the White House. Those are just some of the jobs I held in my 16-year career. There was no loyalty then. There's no loyalty now to anything but the Constitution.
Senator Brett.
Yes. Well, before I begin, I want to thank Senator Hirono for what she said, acknowledging that there are physical differences between men and women, talking about that women wouldn't be able to do as many pull-ups. And I think that she was making a case here that there should be different standards. There's a thing called Title IX, and this is why we continue to say we should have biological men and men's sports and biological women and women's sports. And so I look forward to utilizing that to talk to all of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. Maybe they will stand with us in helping us protect women's sports. I think she made a great argument there for it. Moving on.
Oh, Maisie there. She didn't help the Democrats on that position very much now, did she? Okay, let me get out of this video. I'm having trouble with my eyeball this morning. The screen's not being very clear. Okay, let's see. You back, Ramen?
I don't know what happened that time. Because
Well, I didn't do it to you.
No,
I didn't do nothing to you.
If I'm being an ass, I generally know and I expect it. But the phone that I answered was my other phone. I don't use this to take phone calls. I need to put a SIM card in it. Somebody stole my SIM card. It was actually the phone store that stole my SIM card, but whatever. I mean, it's fine. So yeah, I don't know. But I got a super loud alert noise. I'm like, ah! And then I realized I wasn't even in here. Yay!
Ah, okay. Let's see here.
So at least you can hear me scream like a little bit.
Okay. All right, Data. Yeah, I've seen this multiple times. That video of the AI generated Charlie Kirk response.
I haven't seen it. Oh, okay. I'll click that later.
Yeah, I've seen that. Oh, I saw that the day it came out.
You know what? It really bothered me. I could not watch a lot of that Charlie Kirk stuff. You know, people talking and all. I couldn't do it, man. She's finding herself.
Ah, okay.
You're sorry. What did you do? Oh, when she freely offered. In a little while. When she's freely offering up sorries for things I don't know she's done yet, I get a little worried.
Ah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Spanky let me sleep until 4:15 this morning.
Nice.
I got an extra 20 minutes of sleep.
Oh, hey, take it where you can get it.
Yeah, he'd been waking me up at between 4:20 or 3:20 and 3:30 every day.
Okay.
And this morning it was almost 4:15. It was between 3:40 and 3:45 before he got woke up.
Okay.
So, but excuse me, but I'd rather have him wake me up and then get up and find a wet spot on the floor.
Oh, yeah. I really want a dog so bad, but I don't want a little dog. I want like a Burmese or something like really gigantic that'll put the fear of God in my ex-husband if he shows up with no warning.
Okay. Y'all heard about the 2 people found in Mississippi hanging in trees?
No.
Okay. Well, the first person found was a black kid found on a college campus.
Oh, no.
Okay. At Delta State University. The second one was found out in the woods. But that was they initially, the people initially were saying it was another black man, but it's actually a white homeless guy that had been camping out there in that area. But they did an autopsy on the black guy. And let's see here, get to that news article. That should be it there. The autopsy of by the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office concluded that the black student whose body was found hanging from a tree at Delta State University died by suicide.
You know, nobody's going to go along with that.
The findings, which were conducted on the 17th, were consistent with the initial investigation and preliminary examination. The cause of death was hanging, and the manner of death was suicide. Final toxicology results are still pending and may take another 2 to 4 weeks to complete.
Okay.
Parents, of course, are not accepting this, and they are paying for another autopsy. So
I need a Chucky Fanta. That's my new crack, y'all. Chucky Fanta. God damn it,
so that's going there. Let's see. Another court case going on, and this is an old one. I totally forgot about this one.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, what the devil? Oh, come on. The case against the come back here. U.S. District Judge Christine D. Simmons dismissed felony charges against more than a dozen Republicans accused of acting as alternate electors during the 2020 election, citing a lack of sufficient evidence to support a fraud conspiracy. The ruling has effectively ended Michigan's prosecution of the case before it could proceed to trial. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel criticized the decision and claimed that her office is actively considering an appeal. Yeah, and we all know who Michigan's governor is. It's behind the scenes put for these charges to get put back in place. So Simmons says they believe in executing constitutional right to seek redress. Nessel charged 15 Republicans with forgery and conspiracy for submitting alternate slates of electors. So, unless Whitmer decides to appeal, to have her AG appeal, the case is done. And, I mean, they appealed to the Supreme Court. Well, I don't think it would go anywhere at the Supreme Court. I think the Supreme Court would refuse to hear it. So, but the Supreme Court has released, hold up a second. Okay, the Supreme Court has decided, though, that November 5th. They will hear challenges to President Trump's power to issue tariffs.
I'm sorry, it's what?
To issue tariffs.
Oh, okay.
There's some people out there who said that the president doesn't have the authority to issue a tariff. It has to be done through Congress.
That's weird. You know, I haven't noticed any kind of effect from these tariffs he's supposedly issuing. Not a single thing I've ever bought has gone up in price that I can see.
There's a few things that have gone up nationwide that they're attributing to the tariffs.
Like what?
I don't have the list off the top of my head. I would have to do a quick Google search or Bing search on
I
it.
always do. I mean, I've got my kids like T-shirts and stuff, and I haven't seen anything weird about it or their jeans or anything. I usually get them, so we're good. And yes, I know that sounds selfish, but whatever.
So November 5th will be interesting to hear. I really wish we could hear the Supreme Court. I understand what they don't want us to, but I really wish we could. Because there are some of these cases I would love to be able to sit in and listen to. There's some of them I wish they'd televise, but they won't televise them for the same reason. So maybe someday. Maybe someday they'll do it.
I can't watch these any kind of hearings because I can feel my blood pressure going up. They'll ask somebody a question and they won't answer it. And they'll ask it again and they'll give the same non-answer, just phrased a tiny bit differently. And it's very frustrating.
Well, that's Congress all the way around, but the court hearings aren't like that for the most part. I mean,
says, well, why did you let your dog loose so he'd get hit by the car? And I'll be like, well, Your Honor, when I had breakfast that morning, it was eggs and potatoes like always. And I fed little Chico his little kibble. And I'll go back into a 10-year history of the kibble store and its origins. And they won't let me do that shit a second time.
they won't let you do it the first time.
Well, I don't understand. Oh, God. You can see, I can't. I'll start screaming, just answer the fucking question. I want to take a nap.
Now,
I'm also nap motivated. I'm sorry.
Now, Illinois' governor has got himself in a little bit of a problem.
Oh God, what now?
And I love it. I absolutely love this little bit of a problem that he's got.
What did he do?
Well, it's not so much what he did. Pritzker's office extremely troubled by photo with suspect peacekeeper. All right, there's Governor Pritzker, the fat tub of lard. And then here's this gentleman here. This is one of the local peacekeepers, people that are empowered by the state and their local governments to help keep the peace in their neighborhoods.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
The problem is that guy's been charged with murder.
Oh no.
That peacekeeper has been charged with murder.
Recently?
Yes.
Then why is he out walking around with politicians?
He got that picture taken before he was charged.
Okay.
Now, most of us look at that and say, yeah,
Oh no,
he wasn't a murder suspect when we took this picture. But now he is a murder suspect. I promise you I won't take a picture with him again. That would be the proper answer, the proper way to look at it. But the problem is the Democrats, Trump took this picture with Epstein back in 1954. And in 2025, Epstein is supposed to have done this, or in 2023. So Trump is now tied into whatever Epstein did in 2023. Most of us go, no. 1954 is a long time before 2023. But that's not the way the Democrats play the picture. And
60
they
years
are
means nothing. My toupee is older than 60 years. It's fine.
And now they got Pritzker's here taking the pictures with a man who later on down the road is guilty, or not guilty, but is a murder suspect. I hope no Republicans do to him what they've done, but that's beside the point. Okay. Well, now we got to go back to Charlie Kirk. This story is not ending. It's that never-ending song. This is the never-ending story. Lawmaker who tied Kirk to domestic terrorism faces expulsion calls amid politician blowback nationwide. We'll get down here to the end where she actually Delegate Anitra Hamilton, Democrat of Morgantown, who leads the NAACP branch in Monongalia and Preston counties, faced blowback for Facebook posts that appear to have since been deleted, accusing the late conservative of racism and claiming such words of a racist nature are tantamount to domestic terrorism. The problem is I've yet to find anybody to actually, in context, find him making racist comments. When you look at everything he says in context, like when he was questioning black women's intelligence, he was questioning the brown woman at the Supreme Court. He was questioning Camel Toe. And then there was one other woman that he was questioning. All three were DEI hires. All three were DEI appointments or selections. None of them were in their positions as being elected. They're all there because their primary, as Joe Biden said, I'm selecting a black woman for this position. Now, they may have been the best black woman that Joe could find at the time. But Joe, said that he was going to fill those spots with black women. End the conversation. So, Raman, did you hear Camel Toe's latest pronouncement?
No, but you know what? My sound was low, And I swear you were saying Biden, he was going to kill those women. I was like, oh my God. No, Phil, not kill,
No.
but I got there eventually. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So what happened?
Camel Toe is releasing a book.
Oh my
And
God.
in this book, she explains that Tim Walz was actually her second choice for a running mate.
Oh no. Who
Do
cares?
you know who her first choice was? But she just couldn't pick him because America wasn't ready for him.
Please don't tell me JD Vance.
No,
Who?
Pete Buttigieg.
I thought you were going to say Epstein. Okay.
No, Pete Buttigieg. And America just wasn't ready to accept a mixed black woman and a gay man as president and vice president.
Right.
So that's why she didn't pick him.
Oh God, I gotta check Fanta. I gotta put it in the cart. She's so full
So
of whatever.
yep, that is the
Stop. Go play.
Camel Toe's explanation as to why, she ended up picking Tim Walz,
Stop.
Tampon Timmy, as her campaign running mate.
We've already had one idiot for president. We're not ready for another. She's
Yep.
right. We're not ready.
I don't care who you want to sleep with as long as you're smart enough to do the job.
Uh-huh.
That's all there is to it. So, this has been some weird stuff that's been going on here. And going along here with Loudoun County schools.
Oh no.
Okay, you remember they're the ones that put the rapists in the girls' locker room a couple years ago. And then had the daddy arrested when he complained about it at a school board meeting.
Broward County is notorious for putting known offenders around the same type as their victims. So
earlier this year, Loudoun County allowed a girl to go into the boys' locker room because, of course, this girl was a boy.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Nothing bad can happen with that.
And when a couple of boys complained about it, they gave the boys, they suspended them.
I was going to say, tell me they suspended them. Yup.
They suspended the two boys for complaining. Well, the parents have gone to court. The federal judge has ordered the Loudoun County Public Schools to pause the suspension. Okay, the judge found the student suspension could have serious negative effects on them and found that the balance of equities favored the boys, allowing them to remain in school and receive adequate process before being suspended. The Department of Education has also found out that the Loudoun schools violated Title IX and retaliated against the boys, requiring the school system to take corrective actions. Oh.
God, I hate people. You think you hate people enough, and then you get this, and you're like, no, I don't hate people enough.
You can really thank Loudoun County for Virginia getting their first Republican governor in years.
All right.
Okay, well, it looks like Loudoun County is going to help get another Republican governor in, there, because they keep doing stupid crap like this, and the parents get mad about it, and they vote Republican.
I'm going to mute. My daughter has feelings
Okay.
about something.
But this whole idea of boys going in girls' locker rooms and girls going into boys' locker rooms, just because one feels that they're another, this is wrong-headed. This really is. Okay, here.
Oh, God help me. Okay. Sorry.
That's all right.
I love her, but no cage will hold her.
Jasmine Crockett's made more stupid comments.
Oh, God. What now?
Okay. If you do something, you can usually be called whatever it is you do. If you fix cars, you're a car mechanic. You fix
If you
aircraft,
set
you're
fire things, you're an arsonist. I get it.
right. If you
So what
fix
happened?
aircraft, all right. Jasmine Crockett said, just because you commit a crime, that doesn't make you a criminal.
Oh my God. Yeah, but you can just not be hired with a criminal record. What the hell is she going with this?
That this here's quote. This is the quote. Okay. There is a video out there. I just couldn't find it this morning. All right. And do I think I'm in a unique situation because I'm having the conversation with people that were going out and committing crimes? And so I understood what was the kind of pushing them there. So I do want people to know that just because someone committed a crime, it doesn't make them a criminal. That is completely different. Being a criminal is more so about your mindset. Committing a crime
my
can come
God.
for a lot of different reasons.
I didn't think of myself as a criminal when I stabbed my ex-husband to get my jewelry back that he stole from me. I was just retrieving my property. Nothing criminal about it.
That grocery store owed me that food because I missed
kids are
breakfast
hungry.
this morning and I was
There you
hungry.
go. Just because I stabbed him 58 times to get that $20,000 worth of jewelry back doesn't make me a violent person. I don't feel violent.
Just because I didn't pay for that gas because my tank was on E and I only had $1 with me and I put $50 worth of gas in my car.
Right?
But that
You're
doesn't make
stealing
me
jobs from good people.
that doesn't mean I'm a criminal for stealing that gas. I'm not a shoplifter for walking out of the store with $800 $800 worth of
Laundry
televisions.
detergent. Oh my God. When the kids were super little, I tried to take them to school, but it was closed. So we were coming on our way back, and I took a shortcut through the Walmart parking lot, and traffic was stopped. One guy ran out of the doors and jumped in the back of the pickup. Two more followed behind him, each of them holding one end of a giant flat screen, must have been 65 inches. They threw it back in the truck and ran out.
Okay.
Yeah, I was again between them and the exit.
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to end the stream here. I'm getting a little
No.
uncomfortable. I'm getting a little uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
So I'm going to have to go ahead and end the stream. Everybody,
kids are
y'all have a
getting
good
edgy.
weekend and enjoy yourselves. And we'll be back on Monday. All right. So y'all have a good one. Later.